What's up, Tailgaters? You're in the booth with Tailgate Nate today. Welcome to my channel. Got another Week 1 preview prediction video up for you today. This time, we're talking about the first game in Happy Valley and the first game where we could see the Big Ten in primetime on NBC. I'm talking about the West Virginia Mountaineers going on the road to play the Penn State Nittany Lions. We're going to talk about this game in a little bit. Before we dive into it, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel as of late. You guys have no idea what it means to me. It has been absolutely spectacular to see just the size that the channel has grown to. If you guys want to help continue to support the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you know when videos get uploaded. But there are more ways than that to help me support my channel. You guys are doing one of them right now by watching the video, and you guys can do more by liking, commenting, sharing, anything else you guys are willing and able to do to help me support my channel would mean a lot to me. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this Week 1 prediction video. We got the West Virginia Mountaineers. We got the Penn State Nittany Lions. West Virginia, hey, people around that program kind of perplexed on why Neal Brown maybe did not get let go this past season. Regardless, they've given him another chance. And there are some new pieces and some returning pieces to be excited about for this West Virginia team. Meanwhile, on the other side, hey, this is the first game. This is the first game on NBC primetime for the Big Ten Conference, and what better venue to have it in than the venue in University Park, Pennsylvania, Happy Valley, just an absolutely electric atmosphere, and it could be James Franklin's best team today. So let's go and dive into some stats from last year. Overall, let's start out with the West Virginia Mountaineers. Overall, not a bad team from last season. Maybe did not perform up to expectations like they should have, though. Generated 30.5 points per game, almost 400 yards per game. They did a fairly good job at limiting sacks and turnovers, although, again, they did have their moments. They were able to run the ball. They were able to throw the ball. It was a very solid West Virginia offense last year. Now, you are going to have a new quarterback taking over the reins this year. Not new in the sense of he's new to the program, but new in the fact that he's going to be a starter. It's Garrett Green, and really a dual threat style quarterback. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He's going to be a massive factor as to how well this offense performs. You have a dynamic option in the running back room in C.J. Donaldson. Cole Taylor is a junior tight end transfer coming into this program. And in the wide receiver room, Cortez Bram is coming back. Jeremiah Aaron coming back. You got guys like Devin Carter and Deshaun Polk as transfers that are entering this room. So there is a lot of talent to work with on the offensive end for West Virginia. When you take a look at the defensive side, maybe a little bit to be desired here, right? They didn't force nearly enough turnovers. They allowed too many points, too many yards, especially through the air. Got torched for over 250 passing yards per game, but they were able to generate a fair amount of pressure there with 26 sacks. That's just over 2 per game. So when you take a look at the defensive end, well, it all starts with that star defensive end, a junior in Sean Martin. He is an absolutely phenomenal option for this pass rush. He's going to have a lot of help with Mike Lockhart and others around him. The linebacking room starts with Leak Pogba. He is absolutely a phenomenal talent there as well. And then in the defensive back room as well, Malachi Ruffin, Marcus Floyd, Lance Dixon. There are a lot of other names back there on the defense that, again, you have reason to be excited about for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Again, I personally am not a huge fan of this coaching staff, but I like the talent that is on this team, and the potential for this team is definitely there. But when you take a look at this Penn State team, I mean, last year kind of reminded all of us that Penn State is still a dynamic and a top-tier football team that the nation has to offer. They surged to a 10-2 season last year, surged offensively. The defense was able to force turnovers, get pressure to the quarterback again, and hey, this was one of the better defenses the country had to offer last year. The offense really found a spark, and expectations coming into 2023 are that of massive proportions for this Penn State team. Let's talk about the offense first, shall we? You do have a new quarterback taking over the reins. Sean Clifford, who was at this program forever, has now left, and he is now a Green Bay Packer. Not sure if he's gotten cut yet or not. I don't have that information available. But regardless, you have a new starting quarterback by the name of Drew Aller. And the hype around this guy is absolutely insane. People are talking Heisman Trophy. People are talking the best quarterback of 2023 and 2024. People are talking like this guy is just absolutely phenomenal. And I believe the hype around Drew Aller. I think he's going to be phenomenal for this Penn State team, and he's got probably the most dynamic option in the nation in the running back room. Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, and you do have a transfer coming up from Minnesota in Trey Potts that can play some big minutes for them as well. The wide receiver room was led by Harrison Wallace and most notably Keandre Lambert-Smith, among some other names back there as well. Dante Cephas is a transfer over from Kent State. He is there as well. Tight end, you have guys like Tyler Warren, Theo Johnson. The offensive line, Olu Fashanu is an absolutely phenomenal left tackle. Probably the best left tackle in the entire country. It's just a loaded Penn State offense, and it's even more so of a loaded defense that, again, reminded us last year that they are they're one of the best defenses in the country, and they absolutely can prove that again here in 2023. Defensive line, you got guys like Devon Ellis, Chop Robinson, Addisa Isaac, linebacker room, Kobe King, Curtis Jacobs, Abdul Carter, a lot of other weapons there in the linebacking room. Cornerback room, or not cornerback room, defensive back room, Kalen King, Kevin Winston, Keaton Ellis, Johnny Dixon, not to be confused with the former Ohio State wide receiver, Daquan Hardy. There's just a ton of talent all over the field for this Penn State team. That number 7 by their name is absolutely justified. This is going to be an electric Penn State team this year. They're going to be one of the best teams in the entire country this year. So here's my what to watch for in this game. West Virginia, yes, this is a very scary opponent, a very scary venue to enter, but there are a couple things you can do to help mitigate that. One, the offense is going to have to be methodical and limit mistakes. Again, this is a very legit Penn State defense. So if the West Virginia offense can stay on schedule, can avoid the 3rd and longs, which is my second bullet point here, Penn State excels when, or I should say they excelled last year when they forced teams in the 3rd and long situations, when it was like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Opposing teams had a ton better odds to be able to convert that 3rd down than if it was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and a mile, whatever you really want to call it there. So West Virginia, stay on schedule, avoid the 3rd and longs. There is a lot of talent on this offense. You have to utilize it well, and you have to be able to limit those mistakes and not turn the football over, because trust me, that'll get that crowd in Happy Valley going. That is for sure. Okay, but for the defensive end for West Virginia, your pass rush has to be able to get to Drew Aller, especially guys like Sean Martin, right? He is going to be a havoc for this Penn State offensive line to be able to handle. However, this is a very good, very well-coached, just very sizable Penn State offensive line. You're going to need guys more than Sean Martin to be able to create pressure on Drew Aller. Okay, let's talk about the folks that play in Beaver Stadium. Let's talk about the Penn State Nittany Lions. They are going to be explosive offensively. You have explosive options all over the field. Your quarterback is explosive in Drew Aller. You have possibly the best 1-2, maybe even 1-2-3 punch in the running back room that the country has to offer. And the wide receiver room may be a little bit undervalued here. And yeah, maybe it doesn't have a ton of experience on it, but Keandre Lambert-Smith, Dante Cephas, Harrison Wallace, Liam Clifford, and others are a very good group of wide receivers. This is going to be an explosive offensive unit, and this defense is legit. Could be James Franklin's best defense to date, but how will they plan for a dual threat quarterback? If you go back and look at their schedule last year, not a whole lot of dual threat quarterbacks on the list. Even when you look at guys like J.J. McCarthy, C.J. Stroud. Yes, J.J. McCarthy was a dual threat quarterback, and you know what happened in that Michigan-Penn State game. If you don't, 400 and some odd rushing yards put up by Michigan in that game. But C.J. Stroud, not really a dual threat quarterback. A lot of other guys they face, not really dual threat quarterbacks. So how do they plan for kind of the run and pass ability of Garrett Green? I think that'll be interesting to watch. But this is going to start leading into my prediction here. This environment alone will just be too much for West Virginia to handle. There is maybe not a tougher environment to play in than on a Saturday night in Beaver Stadium when the crowd is going. Yes, it is not the whiteout game, but the folks in Beaver Stadium get really, really loud. Penn State is the near 3-touchdown favorite here. FPI likes them a whole lot, and I've said it in my season preview. I love the talent on this West Virginia team. I think if just they were coached by someone else, they could definitely reach their ceiling with a lot more likelihood. I think Penn State's going to knock the socks off of West Virginia here. I think they're going to cover. I think they're going to impress mightily. Penn State is going to start their road to a potential berth in the college football playoff, to a Big Ten championship game. Penn State is legit this year. Watch out for the Nittany Lions. They're going to be running up and down the field on this Mountaineer team. They'll walk away with a more than 3 touchdown win. That'll do it for my thoughts on this game. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. And as always, remember to play hard but tailgate harder. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.